December, Virgo. I'm sure this was driving you crazy. Because it's not perfectly aligned, right? Happy December. I am glad to have you back. And I love you very much. And let's get on to your spiritual messages. You have the angel Athena, and the angel Athena says, "It is safe for you to be powerful. Know how to be powerful in a loving way that benefits others as well as yourself." So let's see what Athena has to say. Athena says, "You have been afraid of your own power. You have worried that others would disapprove of you or leave you if you allowed your true power to shine. You have also been concerned that you might abuse your power and that your masculine energy would become unbalanced. I am here to help you reveal your power to yourself and others in a way that enhances your relationships, self-esteem, and life purpose. Your power comes from love from God. You who are made of the image and likeness of your Creator have unlimited power within you right now. You aren't capable of abusing your power because your heart chakra has opened like a flower in bloom. Think of a person whom you admire, who is both powerful and balanced in their masculine and feminine energies. Such power is beautiful. It also amplifies your spiritual healing and psychic gifts. You are a strong and powerful light worker, and God needs you to accept and reveal your power." Like it. I've been getting a lot of duality as far as masculine and feminine energies are concerned in these readings. So I guess this is like another theme of working with the divine masculine. Maybe that's something all the signs are going through. Here we have reciprocity and the Two of Cups reversed, and in this particular deck, I love the Two of Cups in this deck. It's so romantic. Oh, so like Clark Gable, old Hollywood. Just so like dreamy. I love it. It's beautiful. I could just stare at this all day long. But it's lovers, you know. It's a union of two people. So whenever it's reversed, it's disunion, it's disharmony. So you could be working through that. When I see it paired with reciprocity, it might mean that one person is putting in more effort than the other person. So you're not feeling like the divine masculine and the divine feminine are... someone is pulling more of their weight than the other, right? So let's see what the cards have to say. Spirit, please surround us with the warm, white, loving light of God. Please give us God-given guidance for Virgo and all those who love Virgo, and protect us from all who seek to do us harm. Please give us clear messages for reciprocity and the Two of Cups, please. Hey, come here. You might be getting over a water sign, particularly a Cancer, but could also be a Scorpio or a Pisces. But again, we will see as this unfolds. I'm a Virgo moon, and like I am getting over Cancer, and like Cancer's popped up a lot, so I think like I wonder if like I try to sage all these readings and rid myself of all the like personal biases, but I hope like all of my crap isn't coming through. But let's see. Let's continue. Keep it moving for Virgo and all those who love Virgo. One more shuffle. Okay. We have the Queen of Bells reversed, so you could be feeling out of sorts. We have Strength, and we have the Tower reversed. So you may be feeling off kilter because someone is not pulling their weight, right? In a divine masculine, divine feminine partnership. Doesn't matter if you're straight, gay, girl, boy. We all have these energies within us. Most of us identify with one over the other, but we still have those qualities within us, even if they are a little bit. For instance, I am a woman. I identify with the divine feminine, but I do have a little bit of masculine in me. Same goes with those who identify as the divine masculine. They also have the divine feminine in them. And that is what all of the signs seem to be learning right now. But in any case, one is outweighing the other, and One is... I'm feeling like because this is a queen, I feel like the queen is overextending herself. So Virgo, if you identify as the divine feminine, I feel like you need to practice more receptivity to get reciprocity, right? You need to have strength within yourself to receive love instead of always trying to shower it on others. That could be your struggle. And this could also, it doesn't have to be partnerships, although there's a strong, like, romance partnership story right here. But it could also just be your personal relationships. But it seems like the lack of harmony is a result of Virgo. You could also be dealing with another earth sign, a Capricorn or a Taurus, but I do feel like this is your energy. And I feel like it's one of those things where Virgo knows they can do it best, so they overstep people's bounds, you know? Like, if you're not going to do it right, I'll just take over. And so, this Queen of Pentacles with reciprocity and the Two of Cups reversed, I feel like it's saying to step back and have other people do it so that you can receive. And that is your power, right? That is your ability to receive has power too. Your ability to know your worth and sit back and let someone serve you as much as you serve others, that's part of your power. That's part of the reciprocity. That's part of the equal give and take. That's part of a partnership. It's going to take some inner strength because I know that you do want to do it all. Right? That you do want to have that perfection in that task, right? You want to make sure this task is done right. Sometimes others don't do it as well as you do. But this inner strength that you have to sit back, this inner strength that you have to be receptive, to let others come to you. And I'm speaking of the divine feminine right now. The divine feminine who, Virgos who identify as the divine feminine. Your inner strength to have patience, to sit back and to wait is your personal power. It's strength and power, right? Because whenever you step in and try to steamroll people, you admit to others that you're nervous. You admit to others that you're worried about the outcome you're trying to fix, right? But when you sit back, let others serve you, let others do for you, receive instead of give, give, give. When you receive, when you trust, have inner strength enough within yourself to trust that it will come to you. Then that is your real power, because you are having faith in God that God will use you God will use you for the right task. You don't need to do this task. We then have the Tower reversed, and the Tower reversed here, I feel like it's a sudden change that's about to happen, but it's like you already knew it was about to happen. The Tower sometimes talks about homes, like natural disaster and a lightning bolt striking your home, right? And so you have to rebuild. Some people say it's stuff that's built on a faulty foundation. I don't see that. I just see it as, because you can build the strongest foundation, right? But if a tornado blows through and your roof is off, you know, there's no like tornado-proof house. If the tornado is strong enough, it's going to destroy it. But I say even, like, regardless of what foundation it was built on, it is a time to rebuild. So whenever it's reversed, it's a time to rebuild. It's a time where you knew, it could also be, like, the destruction is still coming. Like, you got the house inspected, you found out there was black mold, so you are aware that you have to hire someone to take out that black mold. But in any case, I think you are rebuilding things within your spiritual life, with things within yourself, things within your world, perhaps your actual home. I think on the Virgo bonus of November, it said something about home. And again, I'm a Virgo moon. I'm dealing with home things. And this is resonating with me a lot. So let me know in the comments how this is affecting you. So before we move on to our money, career, and health, here is a message from our sponsors. Thank you, Virgo. In your money, career, and health, we have strategy with the King of Cups. So a sneaky little Cancer might be in your midst. Or a water sign who is sneaky and strategizing. Or perhaps this is your energy. Let's read the cards and move along. We have Coming to Life. I love this card. Let's read it. She is kind of like, it looks like she is popping like out of the sand. And there's a butterfly here, so a transformation period. She's wearing like this gypsy gown. She is holding this orb in her hand, this blue orb in her hand, and it's like she's sprouting, right? It's the number 29, which equals 11. 11, 11. We know our angel numbers. So let's see what Coming to Life has to say. Coming to Life says, something beautiful is being born in your life. Coming to Life says, when you look at your life, can you see how you've grown and evolved over time? Perhaps you've shed skins and identities and created new ones, or at the very least matured in your ideas about yourself and the world you inhabit. You know things take time, and Spirit's timetable is rarely in sync with your own. This card indicates that a long-held dream is beginning to show signs of life. You must try not to coax it along or shape it according to your desires. Spirit knows the best form of the manifestation of this dream, and your life can become even better than you could possibly imagine. Now is the time for reverence and awe. Allow the contours of your life to be carved by the hands of the divine. All you have to do is show up. I like it. I like it. So a lot of like destiny, fate is being, is happening behind the scenes. This could also be, I'm getting, this could be part of the strategy. Like, spirit guides, angels, ancestors are co-creating and coordinating behind the scenes. They're strategizing behind the scenes to like bring your dream into life. Don't you love it? Don't you love it? Next we have Follow the Leader, and it's a path leading up to a tree with a clock at the top. Let me show you. So it's a path. We have geese and ducks and a fairy here at the bottom, and as they journey up to the top of the path, there is a big tree with a cuckoo clock. It looks like fall because there are orange leaves. So let's see what Follow the Leader says. 40. Follow the Leader says, every life is a teaching tool for others. Your authenticity and honesty are an example to those around you. Follow the Leader goes on to say, you're being called to lead others by example. Your wisdom has been earned as a result of your bravery in the adventure of your life. The experiences of battles won and lost, places discovered, tears shed, and joy revealed have placed you in a unique position to be of service to others. Virgo, of service to others, wouldn't you know? Your suffering has been crystallized into a talisman of wisdom. Now you must share it. By being fully authentic, you'll lead others into the light. You'll be required to divulge some things about your past so that you may help someone else. Lead with love. There is another message here as well. Look to those whose great character and accomplishments you admire. Emulate the leaders you respect. You will then, in turn, have more to offer. So I like that. You may be put in a place of leadership in your workplace. You may be called to, or you may feel like you have to hide your feelings. Whenever the King of Cups is reversed, it's someone who is moody but hides their feelings really well. Spirit, can you give us clarification on strategy and the King of Cups for Virgo and all those who love Virgo in their money, health, and career? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Could you give us clarification on strategy, the King of Cups, in their work and career for Virgo and all those who love Virgo? Please surround us with the warm, white, loving light of God and give us God-given guidance for the highest good of all. Please protect us from all who seek to do us harm. Spirit, 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 thank you, thank you, thank you. What is the message? What are the messages for Virgo and all those who love Virgo for strategy and the King of Cups? One more. Beep, beep, beep. Four of Bells or Pentacles. Queen of Acorns or Wands. And the Moon. The Moon, the Moon. So you definitely could be dealing with Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We have watery energy here. You could also be dealing with a fire sign, an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. We start with the Four of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles usually talks about holding on. In this particular deck, we see a guy, like a king, a little fairy king, who is, he looks kind of drunk or dead or something, and he, or taking a nap, sleep or something, and he's sleeping under a mushroom, and then another little elf fairy man is looking over, you know, maybe to wake him up, or not sure what he's doing, but I feel like this little elf fairy man is being sneaky. Usually it talks about holding on, holding back. So again, in Follow the Leader, it said that you were being called to share your experiences and be a little vulnerable, even though you might want to hide your feelings. The advice was to be vulnerable because your wisdom helps others. So you might be holding back. Intuitively, I feel like someone's watching over you, so don't sleep on the job. Just intuitive hit I got. But this Queen of Acorns could be your energy. It could be that fire inside of you that you're holding back from. If this is someone around you, it's someone who is funny and popular and like flirty and sexy, and just like bold, right? Someone who you can't miss. Feisty, fiery, that type of energy. And then the Moon is a card about mystery, romance, mystique, things not very clear, so things might not be very clear right now. This Seven of Swords, it's usually someone who is sneaking away with swords, and a lot of readers will say it's like sneaky trickster card, right? Someone's trying to thieve you. And I definitely feel that energy with this little elf looking over. We didn't see that in the, we didn't hear that in the oracles, but I'm just getting a strong feeling that someone might try to steal your work when you like least expect it, or, and I get it might be a water sign. The moon is a very like shadowy card. It talks about the moon gains, it absorbs the light of the sun, so the glow of the moon is not actually within the moon, it's part of the sun. And so we only get a small fraction of the sun's light from the moon in the dark. Sometimes not at all, right? Whenever there's a new moon, we can't see anything in the sky. But when there's a full moon, there's this glow that kind of distorts our reality. And so there's like a lobster crawling out of this pond right here. So in the daylight we can see, oh, this is just a harmless lobster. But in the moonlight it's like, oh my god, a sea monster is crawling out. Like the shadows, you know, distort our reality. So it could be fears and doubts that grow into bigger things. Sometimes the moon means that, but with this sneaky energy, this guy looking over your shoulder, I feel like this sneakiness is not going to be, I mean, obviously if they're sneaking, it's not transparent, right? But there's something like shadowy about a person in your workplace. So just be mindful of that. It could be this fire sign too. Let me see if I can think of any other messages for your work, career, and health. I can't. I think that's it for that. Sorry, Virgo, I was unclicking my timer. If I don't, then these videos go off randomly. I know. But yes, let's move on to your love reading. So in your love sector, we have the Three of Swords reversed and Joy. I like the Three of Swords reversed. The Three of Swords is a card about grief and loss and pain and heartache, sometimes third-party energy, sometimes just, you know, losing someone and being heartbroken. But whenever it's reversed, it's like those hearts are falling out of your chest, so you're getting out of grief, you're getting over your pain, and there's this joy, right? So that's awesome. In your oracle, we have be willing to express your love, and to be honest, this card is like ragamuffin child. It's like the Hook, the boys in Hook, you know, like just like wild children. It's like Lord of the Flies type of child. I don't know what they were thinking with this card, but if that is resonating with you in any way, just this wild child with feathers in her hair and seashells and just a very chaotic mess. She has bracelet, a lot like chunky bracelets all up and down her arms, and she is looking at a shell. And it's cute because inside the shell there's like this green little fairy that she's talking to. And shells, you know, are often like, you can hear the ocean in the shells, so express your love in a shell and stuff like that. So let's see. The be willing to express your love card says, when we express love, we begin to receive more love. Aww. So let's see what that says deeper. Be willing to express love goes on to say, we are truly loving individuals. Taking time to express love to others helps them realize that they are supported and loved. As we practice this custom, it helps us to become more loving. Once we desire to become a more loving person, it is easier to recognize opportunities and be loving. Oh, sweet, sweet, sweet. So let's see what the clarifiers have to say. Spirit, 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 please surround us with the warm, white, loving light of God and give us God-given guidance for Virgo and all those who love Virgo. Please give us God-given guidance for Virgo and all those who love Virgo. Thank you, Spirit. for Virgo and all those who love Virgo in their love and personal life. Can you clarify joy and the Three of Swords, please? Joy and the Three of Swords for Virgo and all those who love Virgo. Thank you, Spirit. Please surround us with the warm light of God. Please give us God-given guidance for Virgo and all those who love Virgo. Please protect us from all to do us harm. Please give us clarification on joy and the Three of Swords. One more shuffle. Eight of Swords reversed. That's good. The Five of Pentacles. And the Five of Hearts. So I think if you're thinking of one specific person, this be willing to express your love card isn't going to be this like magic, you know, you're the love of my life, you complete me type of conversation. This conversation is needed to be expressed with love. It's going to help you release some of the swords in your heart if you are experiencing pain. It's going to free you because the Eight of Swords is a card about feeling trapped, and when it's reversed, it's like you're untrapping yourself, right? But the Five of Pentacles is a card about feeling uprooted, about being left out in the cold. Here we see a fairy who just wanted to nap in this bird's nest, but the mama bird has to protect her eggs, right? She doesn't want this dumb fairy rolling over and cracking her eggs. Those are her babies. She needs to make sure that they turn into little baby birds, make sure they know how to fly, and this home was not made for this little fairy. So the mama bird has kicked out the fairy and said, "This ain't your home. You don't belong here." It's about feeling left out in the cold, right? But in this particular deck, I like it. Usually it shows a threadbare couple who's outside of a church in the snow, and the message is to just go inside the church and basically like ask for help. In this deck, I feel like it's more like you didn't belong there in the first place. So, you know, you might be moving homes, you might be, you know, a partner might have said like, "Get out of here. This ain't your home," you know? But that feeling of being uprooted, that feeling of being kicked out, it's like it opens you up to a world of, it opens you up to a home that's going to fit you, right? A place that's going to fit you, a person that's going to fit you. So if you have been rejected, if you have been left out in the cold, then that is an opportunity to find a better place to sleep, a better place to rest, a better place to gain sanctuary and shelter, right? This just wasn't the place. This just wasn't the person. This just wasn't the time. So it's kind of like a God's rejection is your protection type of thing. Or rejection is God's protection, however that works. And I seriously like hate it when other people say that to me. But I feel like you need to express to this person how they made you feel, how they like kicked you out of their home, how they left you feeling abandoned. And this could also be your family. It doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic partner, because particularly in this, in the Cosmic Tarot deck, this Three of Swords usually shows swords going through a heart, three swords going through a heart. But in this deck, it's like these swords are on a tombstone, and it's the family, right? It's like each family member who's grieving the loss. And I kind of like it better in this deck. So it could definitely mean a family matter that you need to repair. And just like opening up these wounds, opening up these discussions, not really in like a blame sort of way, because you're expressing this pain that you felt from another with love, right? You're just expressing, it's like using the language, when you do this, I feel this way. Not saying like, you know, you are an asshole because you kicked me out on the street, you know, or like, you're a bitch because you didn't love me back, right? It's more like expressing these feelings of pain and of loss, and that's going to help you heal. That's going to help your heart heal. That's going to help you feel trapped, because perhaps by holding this in, these pains keep festering. These pains keep returning. Like, if you don't deal with that pain, then it has a way of looping back around, right? So expressing this pain, expressing this abandonment, expressing this disappointment is going to lead you to a greater sense of joy after clearing out that pain, after removing those swords. And removing those swords isn't an easy thing to do, because you do have to address how it made you feel. You do have to address why you hurt. When you address why you hurt, you can get to what will make you feel good, right? We also have the Five of Cups, and the Five of Cups is the crying over spilled milk card, and we see a girl on top of a mushroom, and then this boy looks like he's crying at the bottom, and the girl is like unbothered. Like, BFD, I don't care about your problems. I don't mean to laugh, because, hey, I've been there where I've been crying, and people I cry to are unbothered, so I totally get it. But in this deck, let me see if I can get a little deeper message. Usually the message is 3 cups have spilled, but 2 cups are still full. So don't cry over what didn't work out. Just focus on new opportunities. I feel like it's kind of the same message, though. It's like you want to be somewhere that people aren't letting you be, right? You want to be in this nest, be in this home, and they're kicking you out. You want to be with this person, and she's saying, nah. So kind of like a rejection card. Sorry, Virgo. I hate that. But again, if you do peel off the Band-Aid, take out these swords, you're going to get out. You're going to free yourself. Free yourself. Get untrapped from this thing that keeps happening over and over again, where you feel left out, where you feel undervalued, where you feel underappreciated or abandoned, rejected. Once you address that rejection and abandonment, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but yes, you will get to this joy. You will get to a happy state. Well, thank you, Virgo. I love you very much. Let me know if that resonated with you and in the comments, and I will see you next month. I love you very much. Bye.